This is the Mariners POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Seattle Mariners. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
All right, let's go. Mariners get the dub. Game 3 over the Los Angeles Angels. You have a 2-1 series lead. You have a chance to go win the series tomorrow. Much different feeling than if you were to drop this one and you either lose or split the series tomorrow. Now, the worst you can do is you split the series against the Angels. I still think you need to win this one tomorrow as well. But, you know, Julio, Cal, Randy, pitching. Good recipe for success, huh? If you do those things if those things show up, I should say,
Sure.
then you're going to win a lot of your games. If you're going to win a lot of your games when those guys are on, we'll get to the start here in a second. But this, of course, is your Mariners POSTCAST. Anderson Hurst here, Christopher Crawford to my left. We're going to talk about the home run ball once again. This team, I think it's close. We're getting close to 50% in terms of the total runs scored via the home run. George Kirby, we're going to talk about his start. You could look at it multiple different ways. I'm going to ask Chris about that, and then we'll do our unsung hero / villain as we always do. Christopher Crawford, initial thoughts on the victory.
What a difference a day makes, man. Like the feeling after yesterday's loss was just awful, awful for a lot of reasons. But today they play a really solid, complete game of baseball, and you see the power. You also see an inning where they put some stuff together without needing the ding-dong, right? Like, it was nice to see that as well. It's also a reminder that the Angels are just not a very good baseball team.
No, they're not.
Not a good baseball team whatsoever, and anything but a series win here was going to be disappointing.
Yeah.
But now you got the chance to do that. You get the chance to
Absolutely.
do that, and, you know, it was a weird start from George Kirby, but ultimately effective. A nice job from the bullpen. And you got some star performances from your stars as well. I don't think you could ask for much more.
Nope, you cannot. This is a very Mariners recipe for victory, especially in 2025, right? You're going to hit the long ball. Your Dumper's going to hit a homer. Julio's going to hit a homer. Randy's going to hit a homer. And then you'll get 6 innings from your starter. Nothing dominant. You got, 8 Ks?
9.
9, okay.
Yeah.
But 3 walks as well, which is very unlike George Kirby. So let's start with the start. Let's do that. What do you think about what you saw from him? Like we said, 6 innings. It felt like if there were more pieces available in the bullpen that he would have been done after 5. So it was almost like he extended. At least that's the vibe I got. Maybe I'm wrong.
Sure. Right.
But it seemed like he extended himself because he knew he had to today. Because you didn't have Brash, you didn't have Munoz, and you didn't have who am I missing? Pizzardo as well. So you needed 6 from him. You absolutely needed to get 6 from George Kirby, and he battled, and he kind of almost didn't get through 6 for a couple opportunities there, but he ended up doing it and came up big when you needed him most.
Yeah, it was an interesting start, and I would agree with you. The only thing I would disagree with is I think he would have gotten the 6th.
Okay.
He may have gotten pulled in the 6th based on how things were going, right?
Sure.
Like, I don't think that he would have been guaranteed to get through that, and it was just a weird start. I'm going to try to avoid talking about umpires today, but once again, they were a disaster. And, we can only react to what we see every game.
Yes.
And they were awful today. And a couple of George Kirby's walks should have been strikeouts. It should have been an 11 strikeout, 1 walk game for George Kirby. And I'm not 100% convinced that Yohan Moncada didn't swing at that pitch as well that he gets hit on.
I agree. And he agreed as well.
It could have been an even better game from George, but he clearly didn't have his best stuff. But it's so funny to watch this guy and to think that a large portion of the fan base, not everybody, obviously, was criticizing this dude for his lack of competitiveness because he gave an honest answer about, I didn't have 7 innings that day. I don't think I should have gone 7 innings. Well, he learned an answer. Don't actually be honest with the media, because when you do, you either become Richard Sherman or you become George Kirby. Either one, it's probably better to be Richard Sherman. You get a job on Fox Sports or whoever he's working for. Yeah.
There's some stuff up there.
Yeah, for sure. But you also have a part of the fan base think that you are a word that I'm not going to say, because it's silly. Like anyone who watched George Kirby today, that's a bulldog on the mound, man.
Dude.
The way he was fired up after that last strikeout, and that was a nasty pitch to noted Mariner killer Luis Rengifo, who, you know what? Can I just give you my unsung hero right now?
Yeah.
How about Luis Rengifo for playing an absolutely abhorrent baseball game? He was awful today. Awful.
This isn't Locked On Angels, but
no idea what he was doing on that play from JP Crawford. I still am confused. I am still flat out. He pulled a Will Craig on the Javi Baez play. And if you remember that play.
Yes, that's so true.
It so bugs me that they called Baez a genius for that when all the guy had to do was run and touch first base. What an absolute nincompoop. But I loved the intensity from George Kirby. The secondary stuff was really good today. The fastball command wasn't where it normally is. It wasn't where it normally is. But like, if you take a look at what Kirby has done as of late, you take away, a homer from Taylor Ward, a sac fly, but outside of that was pretty darn solid in avoiding runs. And then let's remember against the Brew Crew, this guy had a no-hitter, perfect game, I believe, through the first 5 innings, right? So, and then take a look at the starts before that. I feel like George Kirby's more back than not. It's a little weird seeing the fastball command just not quite there, but the stuff I think is probably better than ever. And so I will take that thinking that George Kirby's probably going to regain that fastball command as we get deeper into the year.
Yeah, for me, it's a different experience. Like, so I wouldn't use the word back because that would mean he's the same version of himself that he was in 23 and 24. I just think it's a different, you're getting similar results in terms of, 6 innings, 2 runs, whatever, from him, but it's in a different way.
It looks different.
Yeah, it does. I think that there's something real. And I mentioned this, I think I forget, it was Brewers start, maybe the one right before that, where his stuff looks better this year. His stuff looks as good as it has in his entire career. And maybe because there's more movement on that, he's having trouble locating just a little bit. And honestly, like, I will take that because there was some points, even peak George Kirby 23 and 24, where it's like, you got to throw some pitches not in the zone, bro.
Right.
Like you can't only throw strikes. And I think he's starting to find that balance a little bit more. I still think there's room to grow for him, but he's still getting the results that you absolutely expect. So for me, it looks different, but you're getting a similar result. I don't know.
No, I think that's fair. I think that's totally fair. And, we're just so not used to seeing walks from George Kirby.
I know.
Again, you can point to the fact that those should have been strikeouts, 2 of those walks.
Yes.
But also talk to the fact that there's just a ton of more 3-ball counts than we're used to seeing.
Yes.
Just a lot more of that. But I'll take these results too, right? Like, as long as these are the results that we're seeing from George Kirby, I don't really care how it looks. I would say right now he is probably your 4th starter, which is kind of crazy.
That's weird, isn't it?
That's so much more compliment to the other guys than it is an insult to George Kirby, right? What he's done for really since the start of June has been really impressive. And I am super encouraged to think what that guy can do if that fastball command just gets a little bit better as we keep going.
I'm with you there. Let's move to the offense for a few minutes here before we give some love to. Actually, you know what? Let's give some love to our sponsors. Let's do a really quick as I open up our ad reads here because I am not prepared like I usually am. But let's give us in the comments who your guys' unsung hero or villain is today. Or give us a big moment in the game that you think might not get talked about, and then maybe we'll bring it up. So we'll see what happens.
Sounds great.
We've all been there, logging on early and waiting forever for concert tickets to go on sale, only to lose your spot for a show you've been dying to see. Live music should be about making memories, not dealing with the stress of ticket shopping. That's where Gametime comes in.
Gametime makes buying tickets fast and simple. Prices on the app actually drop closer as you get close to that concert. They've got incredible last-minute deals, clear seat views, and a lowest price guarantee that takes the worry out of buying. Whether you're buying tickets for a concert or whether you're buying tickets for a football game or if you're looking to get something for the Sounders or, preseason football, getting close. If you don't want to pay the ridiculous preseason prices of a regular season game, lots of people getting out of that at the very last minute, and that's a great time to go to Gametime.
Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Again, create an account and redeem code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Download the Gametime app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Today's episode is brought to you by Game Day Hue, and so is this hat I'm wearing. I'm actually wearing a hat this time. For the Kraken, in this case, fans like me, but also Mariners fans, any sort of Seattle sports or whoever you're a fan of, this one hits the mark, and you can find those all on Game Day Hue.
Game Day Hue makes clean, no-logo gear with team-inspired colorways for every pro and college fan. It's about letting your colors speak for you. No giant logos, just smart, versatile style that works on game day, on the course, or anywhere in between. Anders, sometimes I don't find a lot of stuff that matches my Husky gear, right? Yeah. It's just kind of a little difficult to find purple and gold stuff unless it's Husky stuff. And you know what? Maybe I want to support my team, but I don't want to rub in the fact that I root for a team that's much better than Washington State University. So maybe a way for me to do that is for me to get stuff from Game Day Hue.
Right now you can get 15% off with code MLB15 at GameDayHue.com. That's GameDayHue.com. The code even stacks on bundle deals, so now's the time to load up. Let your colors talk because colors speak louder than words. That's GameDayHue.com, code MLB15. I might have to get on that, get some Game Day Hue gear. I kind of like that idea. The non-logo stuff.
Real quick. Chris would be a Husky. Number one, I root for him. Yeah. Number two, no, I wouldn't because I couldn't have gotten into that school. Heck, no, I couldn't have gotten into that school. But
that's fair.
I have been a dog fan my entire life, and I'm looking forward to an 8-4 season this year for my Huskies. Real quick, also, since we're talking about stuff, isn't that shirt great? MV Peach.
I can't see it.
Oh, there we go.
There it is. MV Peach. Okay, I like that. I like that.
And hey, we could talk about Aaron Judge. This is a chance. This is a chance to make up some ground, I think. Yeah. You know, he's probably going to miss, I'm going to guess 2 weeks. Build up a big homer lead, play well. It's something.
Yeah,
it's something.
Especially if he continued, it's just a perfect time for him to kind of break the homerless drought. And it feels weird to say a droug's what? 6 games for him. Yeah. It's just okay. Let's chill on that. Oh, destroyed off the bat by Cal Raleigh. But Cal Raleigh both heard everyone saying, "Hey, this is your opportunity to take a lead or get back in the MVP race, so to speak."
Right.
But you know who else heard you, Christopher Crawford?
Who?
Dan Wilson.
Yeah.
Dan Wilson. He got fired up today, huh? Good. Weird time to get fired up, but hey, beggars can't be choosers at this point in time. But I'll take it.
It's so crazy because I thought I was going to have to talk about this again when he didn't challenge that play.
Yeah. Oh my
Julio
God.
Rodriguez.
What are we doing?
I'm so confused. And you know what? That's really not on Wilson. That's on whoever told him not to challenge, right? Because they have guys who, just like in the NFL, they are
video guys. Yeah,
they are video guys. They are paid to do that. What's the deal? And what are you saving that for, right? I just don't. Anytime you can get Julio Rodriguez on base, you want him on base. You have a chance to do something special when that guy and his.
I don't care that there's 2 outs.
No, give him that shot and give Big Dumper a chance to hit with a runner on, right? But I loved the fire he showed, and I am still confused as all hell by what the heck was going on there, right?
I don't even know.
And it's the thing I'm confused about is why they were borderline giving Fermin a chance, right?
Mm-hmm.
That should have been. This is not developmental baseball. Right?
This isn't Little League.
If we were playing in Little League,
so you know, this is the rule.
This is where the score really doesn't matter. Okay, but this really matters, right? Why was he given that chance to continue to pitch? I still am confused as heck, but good for Dan for showing that fire and saying that this is unacceptable. And I also think that was a carryover from maybe not showing the frustration he should have last night.
Like I said, he heard you.
Dan, it's very nice. I'll happily go get a scone with you anytime, my man.
Avid watcher of the Mariners postcast, Dan.
Yeah, avid watcher. That's what he's doing instead of doing post-game stuff. He's actually just watching us. But like, it was great to see that fire, and it was also just great to see this offense. Anders, is this the first time the big three have all homered in a game?
Do you know the answer in your quiz?
I don't know. And you know what, chat? You let me know. But I can't remember a game where all three of them go deep.
Julio,
I can
Randy,
remember lots of games where two of them do.
Yeah.
But I can't remember a game where all three hit a home run. And all three different home runs.
Yeah, they were
effective, right? So Julio Rodriguez gets a 3-1 pitch from Tyler Anderson right down the middle of the plate, and he just shellacks the thing.
Hey,
well, you know what was really encouraging about that was the homer, obviously encouraging. The at bat before that, he gets jammed, but he gets jammed and puts the ball into the gap, right? Yeah. Not just a little dinky dunky. He made solid contact. In fact, it was a terrific play by the outfielder to hold it to a single. Right?
He almost went too. I almost thought he was going to get.
You saw the smile on his face, right? Like you saw the smile, like probably could have tried, but I love that even when getting jammed, he made hard contact, right? Or not hard contact, but solid contact. Yeah. Solid contact. I just love what I'm seeing from Julio Rodriguez. And even that homestand where he didn't hit for power, he was getting on base, right? Like I want to see him drive the baseball in Seattle. I get why people have frustration and questions of why he can't drive the baseball in Seattle. But if the worst thing is that Julio is a guy who dinks the dunk baseball in Safeco, I'm going to call it Safeco because I don't want to correct myself, and then destroys baseballs on the road, you can do a lot worse. You can do a lot worse. But the Randy home run, and I know I'm talking too much. Holy crap. That ball was like at his eyes, and he knew it was gone the minute he hit it. The minute that he hit it. This was fun. This was fun to watch the big three all contribute ding-dongs. I'm going to keep calling them ding-dongs today.
Ding-dongs. Yeah, that's fine. A couple things to react to there. Number one, Randy's locked in right now.
Yeah.
He is completely locked, and he has been for like 2 months.
Yeah.
He is it's making it harder a decision to make in terms of, if you try and extend him or not, because you still have all of next year with him.
No doubt.
But it'll be 32 after that. Like, not a great defensive player. Like, the power is probably not going to be there. He's also steals bases, which brings a lot of his value. So you can see that going to, I don't know. I honestly don't know, but you can't get rid of his offense right now in the lineup. So I'm curious what they end up doing in that situation. Go ask Ty and Colby. Go give them the chat, because we just react to every single game that we watch. Right. And that was a great home run by Randy Arozarena. I'm glad he's on our baseball team right now. That's all I care about. Yeah. But Julio, it's just crazy that he has like a 590 OPS at home and like an 890 OPS on the road. It's huge. Wild how big of a difference it is.
Yeah.
It's like more than Teoscar Hernandez 2023.
Absolutely. And let's be clear, there was some marine layer stuff with Julio earlier in the year, right? Yeah. But like, this is such a significant difference that you can't just say, a little bit of bad luck. Like, if it was like 150 point difference, then you're kind of like, oh, let's pay closer attention. When it's 300 point difference, man. But it's just such a great reminder of how talented this dude is, right? Like, upper echelon just doesn't even begin to describe it. Can I give my unsung hero?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's Josh Naylor. And I thought about a few guys for this.
Like, this is your second one. Okay, go ahead.
No, I had an unsung villain. I get to give an unsung.
You get one of each? Okay, I thought we were just doing one.
Jeez, no, you know what?
You make the rules?
I make rules as I go up. It's
okay, go ahead. Josh Naylor.
I love and by the way, I consider Dom Canzone for this, and but I love the at-bats that Josh Naylor took today. And I also love, somebody brought it up in the chat, and I wanted to highlight it, but I can't find it now because there's just too many of you, and I appreciate that there's too many of you.
294, let's go, baby. Yeah, tell your friends, keep them coming.
That's awesome. I love how fired up he had Kirby, because that guy was talking to Kirby. He was talking. And Josh Naylor is he's kind of a pest. He's kind of a pest, and he's the type of guy that you love to have on your own team, but other people don't really like a whole heck of a lot.
And I love that for this team. We need more of those players.
You need a little bit of dirt dog, right? You need a little bit of a guy who can fire up the other team and also fire up your pitcher, because George Kirby doesn't need a whole lot of help because he's a crazy person, but it was nice to see Josh Naylor fire that dude up.
Yeah, I'm going to give 2 then, because I'm going to start with Canzone because you kind of mentioned it, but kind of breaking it open there. And what was it, the 7th inning, I want to say?
Something like that.
Yeah, let's look. I'm looking. I am looking. It's 6th inning. Bases loaded, 1 out. Mitch Garver has a terrible at bat. Should have struck out. Umpires are bad. Been there, done that. Yeah. Pops it up to shallow right field. No one can advance.
Yeah.
And Dom Canzone comes in, and on a pitch he gets beat on. Who's for some reason not expecting this changeup to come. I forget who was pitching at that point. But it was against a righty, and he kind of pokes it into left field, and just like the very not Dom Canzone at bat, which is weird because like it's either a strikeout or a tank for him usually. And he does a great job just putting it in play, scoring 2 more runs, making it 5-2, giving the Mariners a little bit more breathing room. I think that's another reason George Kirby comes out for the 6th inning, because you have that breathing room as well.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So it's like, that's such a big moment in the game where it's like, oh, okay, we can rest easy a little bit. And you took advantage of an inning where you do get bases loaded, nobody out, and you weren't going to just poop the bed like Mitch Garver did. So unsung hero, Dom Canzone. I'll let you respond to that in just a second. Unsung moment was God, I even forget what I was going to say now. Go ahead.
The only thing I was going to say is I do think while he didn't make hard contact there, and by the way, thank you for not eliminating the shift, because if that would have been in the normal defense, it's an easy 6-4-3 double play.
Easy. But
he clearly saw that hole. He attacked that hole. So good for him, man. Like knowing that, like, if I get a pitch that I can hit relatively hard or just hit on the outer part of the plate, I'm taking advantage of it and getting a couple of RBI there. I love what I saw there. I have so Sean Connors points out that, correct me if I'm wrong, but Dom's strikeouts aren't bad.
Like he's not striking out as much as he normally has, and they're not as bad as they. I mean, I completely agree with that. By the way,
the exception was that one Brian Abreu at bat that is going to be burned in my image forever. But Brian Abreu is really good, and outside of that, I think he's done a really nice job of putting the ball in play. Dom Canzone has made the Mariners' decision a little difficult here, right? Because
easier because his trade value is going up.
That absolutely.
Just saying.
And if you could get a legitimate middle of the order bat for Dom Canzone, I think you absolutely have to do it, with all due respect to him. I'd rather have the FOMO there of Dom Canzone becoming this player than vice versa. But he's looked good enough that, like, you're not even thinking about putting Luke Raley in the lineup now, right?
And it's deserved. Deserved.
If Victor Robles does come back, maybe that's a platoon situation there, right? Where you have Robles playing against lefties and you have Canzone against righties, in part because Robles' timing is going to be crazy bad when he first comes back, right?
Yeah.
But so much better of a defensive player than Dom Canzone, although Canzone made a nice running play in the first inning today. So that was nice to see as well. Shout out to Dom Canzone. He has been so much better than anyone could have anticipated. Did you happen to see, by the way, that MLB Trade Rumors posted that the Mariners are willing to listen on trades for Dylan Moore?
Yeah, I did see that. If anyone's dumb enough to trade for Dylan Moore, like, take advantage of that, Jerry. Even if it's for a bucket of baseballs, like, take it. I don't care. Dylan less. Give me less of him. I remember my unsung moment really quick. It's the bottom of the 6th inning. George Kirby has bases loaded, 2 outs, and he gets Luis Rengifo to strike out. I know we kind of mentioned it earlier, but I just want to say that could have changed everything for both how we felt about George Kirby's start, for how we felt about this game in general. It could have changed the last couple innings for sure if they even get 1, maybe even 2 out of there, let alone if Rengifo runs into one there. And again, another 3-ball count for George Kirby we're not used to him seeing, and a weird situation where I'm like, okay, is he going to walk this guy and walk a run in, George Kirby? And he just a perfect curveball, perfect curveball where,
and it was a risky curveball too, right? Because if
Yes, he
Rengifo
could
lays off that, it is a walk, right? It is a situation where you put the go-ahead run at the plate in that situation if you issue that free pass. But like that was a huge moment, huge. And again, just seeing how pumped up George Kirby was after that strikeout was it was a visual treat.
Yeah, and both him getting pissed after he hits Moncada, who's visibly just really injured and has to come out of the game, and he's like, he swung. It's like, dude, you are an animal if that's what you're thinking about right now.
Hey, Craig, by the way, I totally agree. Trent Thornton was awesome tonight.
Really
awesome. Good. And a nice job by Carlos Vargas. Not sure what the Angels are doing, why you're being aggressive against Carlos Vargas, the guy who just can't really throw strikes right now, but like, good to see some success from him as well, because it's been pretty shaky lately. But Trent Thornton, the thing about Trent Thornton is sometimes it doesn't go very well. It's usually when he's pitching in high leverage, right? But when Trent Thornton is being used in this type of role, he's extremely valuable. It saves your bullpen so much when you have that guy who can go multiple innings. Shout out to them as well. And they wanted to go home.
Yeah, they wanted the postcast to start earlier. I guess they're avid listeners as well. So that sounds fine to me. Angels baseball team, if you guys are listening, thanks so much.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's nice for us to get out of here before 10:15. That's pretty great.
Yep, love to hear that. So let's wrap it up here. Any last words before we get out of here? Once more, we got 1:10 tomorrow. I believe it's Kyle Hendricks versus
George Kirby. Or not George Kirby. George Kirby's pitching tomorrow.
Luis
That's
Castillo.
how fired he is. No, it's Logan Gilbert.
It is okay. Yeah. That's right.
It's Logan Gilbert, and I expect Gilbert to absolutely shove, especially a 1:00 game where the shadows can be pretty tough here too. By the way, the game is on Roku because apparently they just couldn't put it on Quibi or some
hot take. Sorry, not hot take. PSA: if you have MLB TV, the Mariners game is not blacked out for you tomorrow.
That's right.
And if you're in the Seattle area. So it's super easy if you have that. If you don't, there's another app you have to download, all that stuff. So, but anyways.
Download Quibi or some other weird thing that you get to watch a baseball game on. It's it bugs me. I get it that the Apple TV and the Roku stuff has to happen, but like it's hard for my grandma, and that's all I really care about. And my grandma can't download Roku. She's 96 years old. She can't download anything. Like this is just it's just silly. It's silly. Just show the game on normal TV.
I agree. Who's even calling the game? Like
you and I.
Yeah, great. All right. We will be calling your postcast as usual. Right after the game 1:10. Let's go get the series dub. All right. Sound good, Chris Crawford?
MVP.